Welcome to my channel, and I have a new coloring book to show you. E.Vancoetsem very kindly sent me her newest coloring book for review to show you. The name of the book is Rose and Her Friends. Here on the cover you have a very good example of portraits which we have inside. We have adorable girls in various styles from various countries, but also many other additional elements, birds, animals, botanical elements. The book is in A4 size and it has soft cover, very pleasant to touch. Pages are glued together. The book was self-published by Evelyn herself. Here you can see a small sneak peek for the pictures which are inside. Paper is bright white and it's grayscale. On the back of the page we have this black paint, which is supposed to prevent our media from bleeding through, from dirty the next page. You can see that grayscale style, that's exactly what I prefer, with very delicate shading. Here is a better example, which is quite helpful for beginner colorists, but at the same time it's not overwhelming. You can use oil-based pencils and to get more transparent coverage where this gray shading will be more visible, or you can use wax-based pencils or alcohol markers, whatever you want. With wax-based pencils you will get more opaque coverage, so you can attract more attention to the elements. Here we have title page. And first we have some inspiration from Evelyn herself, very helpful. I definitely intend to do such picture in grayscale, which we have in this book during winter season. Very nice and perfect. I especially appreciate small hints how we can color skin and which colors we can use for shading and for additional color accents. Also quite nice and interesting ideas for the background. This one is one of the most gorgeous pictures in the book, but so far I have 4 favorites and it was very difficult to select which one I want to do first. You will see what was my choice number 1. And I am glad that apart from the full-size portrait of this lovely lady, we also have her smaller portrait. Maybe I will practice first here. So paper is white, and paper reminded me about paper in Creative Haven probably. It's thicker comparing to the Amazon paper. So I hadn't tested yet watercolor media, but I had tested various pencils and I had tested alcohol markers. Everything worked very well. But first let's concentrate on the images. You can see that all her girls, they are so nice. I love how she does eyes, so cute nose, cute lips, and all those elements which all those friends which accompany girls, they are also very interesting to color. Look at this bunny again. That's kind of shading which I prefer on the fur, when we don't have strong black lines to outline, which we have to cover, and where we have just hint of shading. And this adorable guinea pig, that's definitely absolutely necessary to color. You know that I have a soft spot for guinea pigs, so this was I was happy when I looked at this page. I would say that it's more picture for a spring. In this book we definitely have some seasonal pictures and I intend to color them according to the seasons. Well, this one could be an fall autumn picture, but still I decided to start from another one. But this was also one of my favorites. I absolutely love the style of her hair and their eyes. They are absolutely amazing. I need to learn properly how to do those highlights in the eyes. That's the image which I intend to color during winter season. I do love decoration for her hair made from pine cones, hazelnuts and some berries. That's a very cute summer design, and look at the mouse, so adorable. Two mice actually. And flowers, so nice variety, so you can practice how to color them. Here we have all. And I have another mermaid into my collection. You know that during May I usually I collect around me all my mermaid pictures, and I try to color mermaids from as many artists as possible. And now I have in my collection several mermaids from Evelyn. Actually, to encounter portrait with glasses, it's not you can't find it quite often in coloring books, quite a rare thing, so I'm very happy that we can practice how to color glasses. I always was slightly afraid to color horses, so this portrait can be a nice practice. Look at this giraffe, so nice. And her hairstyle, so great. I absolutely love. You know, this beautiful, I don't know how it's called in English. Here we can call it Sterlitza flower with those bright orange, yellow, interesting petals. While that was also one of my first choices, but I decided that I simply don't know how to color faces, how to do proper shading and highlights. I need to find more reference pictures. Well, here we have something which I plan to convert into night picture, and that's where I probably will test my gouache or acrylic paints for this background. Maybe I will do a small frame around the image, and then a very dark blue background, then the moon behind the wolf, and this girl which also reminded me about Native Americans, with those decorations, with the beaded jewelry here. Oh, that was definitely one of my favorites. And you know that I love anything connected to the Egypt theme. I already colored several Egyptian goddesses, so when I have such a lovely lady, such a lovely girl, and especially with cat and oh my god, with the bird, that's definitely one of my favorites. I love that girls, even all of them, have cute noses, cute lips and eyes. They still have different faces, different makeup, different jewelry according to the sense of the page. And that's my second favorite. Look at this, everything is perfect. Very light shading to make a hint for the veil in front of the face, but still very delicate without making any very heavy shading, so you will be able to color over it and to create beautiful shades from yourself. I can imagine various shades of emerald green together with gold, so this image I definitely want to color, and I think that I can do similar color for the snail and for the eyes of the girl, like a small connection between spirit animal and her friend. That's another mermaid. Look at this, those koi fish is quite nice. And again, face, it's totally different from the previous pictures. Here we have smaller girl, adorable toddler. I guess that here we can do something very simple for the background, maybe pastel pink or pastel blue, and those then slightly brighter those bubbles. So bubbles. Well, that's the picture from the cover. For me it's summer page. I wanted to do it, but I decided that no, I want to color according to the season. So first winter pictures and only then spring and summer. Adorable teddy bear. And that's the image which I started. You know that I love to color girls and ladies, goddesses in Chinese and Japanese costumes, because they have such an amazing hairstyle, amazing jewelry. Here we don't have big part of kimono, but I still think that the hint of it on the shoulders I will do. And look at this adorable, maybe it's a lizard, maybe it's dragon, but I definitely need to color it, and that's why it was my first choice. Here I used a mix of pencils just to test paper. I used Castle Art pastel tints because I needed delicate colors for the jade, for the peony flower, and a little bit here near the highlights on the silk. So Castle Art pastel tints were not bad, but just for color accents. But pencils like polychromasis and Prismacolors worked very well. For me, I decided that I do first a layer with polychromasis, then if I need to intensify color, I added a little bit of Prismacolors, especially here on the hair, where first I did a little bit of lavender highlights, then I added gray and black tone to the hair, and then in the areas where I needed deeper shadows between the layers of the hair where they are intertwined or beneath the flower and jewelry, I added Prismacolor black to create more intense and opaque layer. I also added a little bit of alcohol-based markers where I wanted to have more smooth blending, and alcohol blender, alcohol markers also worked here very well. I decided that I will show you this image in such way, half colored, to show you the original style of the picture, and then if you're interested, of course I will publish full color along for this page. I really enjoyed working here. The only thing I want to mention that I usually put some sturdy cardstock beneath my page. I don't know, I didn't have yet any problems with this black paint. It's much better quality comparing to the black paint in Jade Summer, which usually smudge on the paper, but I still prefer to put something sturdy beneath the page which I color, because I tend to press quite hard on all my pencils, so it's just my own habit. And that's that beauty with this adorable cat. I absolutely love her face, and look at this crown, so beautiful. But here I wasn't sure yet in the color palette which I want to use and how I want to do the background. I think that here for such style of the image we can simply draw frame around the main image, and it will be enough. So we don't have to color until the edge of the page. At least that's for me. Or we can even do something like oval background. Anyway, and here we have another image, another girl with her friend. Next we have several color palette tests, and very nice to have portrait by Evelyn herself. So I would say that we can clearly see that she is a French illustrator. Everything is very stylish, very elegant, and in the same time very sweet. I am grateful to Evelyn that she sent me her book, something not new, but something not what I color every day, so it was really interesting to switch from my usual landscapes, from flowers, and to color portraits. And her shading, it was really very helpful, even for those who, as myself, is not very confident in doing portraits, so shading really was very helpful. I hope that you also enjoyed this flip through, and I hope that you also will look at my color along video for this beautiful Chinese princess and her dragon pet.